Hey, let's jump right into it, man. Water. Well, someone is not in Snow Bunny heaven. From NFL Hall of Famer to ESPN superstar to now facing some of the craziest allegations we've seen this year. Shannon Sharpe is accused of assault, coercion, and the R word. And he's facing a $50 million lawsuit that could technically has already destroyed his $100 million podcast empire. And now Michael Irvin, someone who's been in the situation, we've covered him in the past extensively. That was that was a real crazy allegation. Guys, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. You can search it on our channel. Michael Irving is chiming in and sharing his 2 cents on what is happening. Fair use.
Because I don't know if I can remain real with you guys of knowing that I've had history and I don't say anything about it. And it's not my way anyway. But be you not deceived. I don't want to talk about it. I really don't. Because I work hard to keep it out of my life. I don't even like talking because I don't want to bring it around me. And every man worries about it, or what he's going through. And this is what it is. Because now he's venturing into a place where it's just lose-lose for him. People say, why would you offer $10 million? You must have had something. You must have done something. You must have done something. No, it doesn't mean you're guilty. This is and that's a hell of a nuisance value. What a lot of people have to do is have to determine if there's a nuisance value to make it just get out of here. If it's something that can destroy you, and you're seeing what's happening, and their side, they're not going to put everything out at once. They're going to keep putting little things out, one at a time. So everybody will talk about this today. Then you'll give it a couple of days and something else will come out. Put out something new. That's why in the beginning, a lot of people were shocked to hear that he offered $10 million. But that's what they call in that business a nuisance value. Now,
I mean, we've got these shocking accusations, leaked text messages, leaked audio files, threats, viral Instagram mistakes, and a courtroom battle. I mean, this is gonna shock. This is gonna shock everyone. I mean, it's already shocking. It already has consequences for Shannon. He's off ESPN. They asked him to step away nicely. He shared their text message instead of putting it in his own words. It is what it is. RJ, let's break this down.
KR, I have a question. And of course, guys, we want to thank you for being here. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. KR, I have a question. I was under the impression that Shannon was the one who stepped back. But now you're saying that they asked him to step back?
Have you seen the post he shared?
I mean, he's been sharing a lot of posts. I'm still stuck at That's My Michelle.
That's old news, man. You're stuck at 2024. This year is about the destruction, not the destruction of Michelle, but the destruction of Shannon. Anyway,
Yeah.
now so if you look at the picture, I can let me see if I can find it real quick. Because I think he's sharing he shared a lot.
I
lately.
did see the picture. I did see the post, KR, that he shared where
Yes,
he
I have
was
it. I have it.
Yeah, I did see the picture that he shared where he was talking about the. So he was sharing what the woman texted her. Let me read it real quick. My statement is found here, and this is the truth. Yeah, I read this. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I'm electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. Yeah, that's why. That's why I thought. So I was under the impression that
Look at the bubble. At what site is the bubble going? Do you have an iPhone or do you have
I have an
a
iPhone. I have an
Samsung?
iPhone. I
Oh, you
have an
have an
iPhone.
iPhone. Okay. Look
Wait,
at the
let me check.
corner.
Let me check. Let me check. Let me check.
Look at where the corner is heading to.
Is this
Bottom left.
okay? Is this a message? Let me see. Okay, but it could also be KR that he. Oh, I get what you're saying, but it could also be that he shared it with his social media manager.
And they are sharing it back. Okay, you could be. That's a you could.
Yeah, come on, man.
There's these
Now they're
damn
going.
lawyers, man. These damn lawyers can wiggle out of anything.
I'm just saying,
Well,
man.
I guess they can wiggle him out of this one, but
Well, yeah, no, the joke wasn't appropriate to say out loud, so I will
keep it to
plead
yourself.
I will plead the fifth. And let's proceed, man. What can you tell us about the story?
Before we proceed, you always have something to say, right?
I did already.
Oh, you did already. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I did. I did.
You did quite fast. Maybe I was sleeping behind the wheel. Anyway, maybe I was sleeping. Maybe it's me. Let's go back to last week where this dropped. Of course, we are talking about the crazy allegations by none other than Jane Doe. By now, after these accusations were revealed by, of course, who else, RJ? Tony. Tony is
Tony.
back. I have a feeling, RJ, Tony has us lined up as well because we've been talking a lot about Tony and his else he's been taken in the Diddy case. He's lining us up. He has us somewhere. We're at line 100, but we are in that list.
Yeah.
He won't
Yeah.
get anything, but
Yeah. Tony is like a very. He has that shady vibe with him. You know
yeah,
that sleazy slime ball vibe is what he has, and
this
that's
is
just
crazy.
when I look at him. I look at his style, his appearance. He just gives that 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 vibe off, and I mean, on the one hand, it's good that you're known as an attorney because he's an injury attorney, I believe. So it's a good thing that he's known for going and filing cases against artists and famous people, celebrities, because of course it's a niche. So if you're in that niche, that's a great thing. However, if you keep losing cases, that's not a good look either. And there's a point of there comes a point where you're only going to be getting, or at least he's only going to be getting diminishing returns. And I think he's past that point, to be honest. But
Well, I don't know about that. He's still on the up, RJ, because if you can remember, it was Tony who filed the lawsuits back to back to back against your quarterback, or let's say the masseuse.
first and foremost,
Masseuse.
KR. First and foremost, KR. We've had this conversation already. I was never a Browns fan. I
Okay.
never used to watch NFL. I started watching when Baker Mayfield was appearing on all those sports shows. I shared a video with you, and then you basically, well, before I knew it, I had some Browns gear in the house and
Merch.
some merch. Yeah, and I was rooting for a
Free
losing
merch.
team.
And
That
this
was
is why, hey, guys, that's why you should always don't accept everything that's free. He got some free merch and started rooting for them, not knowing that he was rooting for
yeah.
losers.
Yeah, you also handed
I'm
me.
just kidding.
You also. I think it was my birthday. I got a gift, a Pats a jersey when they were losing. So I mean,
Well, we're going up right now. After they got themselves a respectable coach,
yeah, yeah.
we're on an up. But going back, he filed RJ. He's been whether he took a L in that Diddy case. And we'll have to see how that turns out. Because of course there's a lot of lawsuits that are still up there. No one knows what the next move will be. But he has still a winning streak with the Deshaun Watson cases. And this is the thing with and we're gonna take a look at the accusations. But this is the problem with when you're dealing with someone like Tony. You gotta know the MO. Once you start settling with Tony,
He's gonna
another
keep
case will pop
nickel.
up.
He's gonna keep
Another
nickeling
case will
and
he will keep chipping away.
yeah, nickel and dime you.
You're gonna get 10 cases. You're gonna get cases from girls that were consensual. They're gonna say, this man did something to me, who knows what, and then before you know it, you're paying $5 million a piece. Before you know
Yeah,
it, you're at 50, and he's
yeah,
getting half of all that money.
yeah. I mean, if he files 100 cases in a year, which is an exaggeration, and he goes the all or nothing route, he wins 5 cases, or at least he settles
But
in
but,
five
but by
cases.
winning you mean settling
By
in
settling,
this
yeah, yeah.
case.
So and he settles, he gets a minimum $1 million a pop. At a minimum, that would mean 5 million right there. He's probably settling more cases with a higher average. So it's just one MO, go for it, try to settle, try and nickel and dime you, and that's his business model basically. But KR, um, what can you tell me about the story?
Blessed me to play in some snow. Blessed me to play in some snow. Play in some snow. Blessed me to play in some snow.
I guess Shannon isn't blessed for playing in snow. Let's continue with Michael Irvin.
You look at the 10, I look at 10 and say, whoa, that's real. But from him, and I'm sure all his advisors and lawyers and everything, they're not looking at the 10. They're looking at the 100 that was in the press 2 weeks ago. So they're saying, oh God, do we just get the 10 so we can take in the 90? Because what's happening now is what they were worried about the most. They were willing to give the 10 to take in the 90. That was probably the best business move. And I'm sure that's what they were thinking. Because now, rather she gets anything or not, and at some point, all they're going to do is keep releasing things until you relent. And I worry if every time something comes out, do those numbers continue to change? Is that 10 to 90? Now they bring something out, it could go 30 and 70. Oh, you see what I'm saying? Until it gets to a point where, I don't know, does he lose everything? That's what I'm concerned about. That's why I was talking about this. This is worst place to get. And if the game was played for truth, nobody would be doing this. We'll wait till we get to the courtroom. But the game isn't played for truth.
The game isn't played for the truth. RJ.
Yeah. What I always tell my clients is that they need to remember that litigation is a tool. And as attorneys, we are specialized in not only not necessarily the theoretics, the theory, the theoretical aspect, but of course, attorneys are well versed in the application of the law. The law is, I mean, we're talking about words and case law. Those are just words. But how is it applied? What you should do in what situations? That's what an attorney is, or is supposed to be specialized in. And so when you're, but like I said, it's just one tool, litigation, but there are other tools. Negotiation is also a tool. At the end of the day, you need to look at your toolbox. Do you want to litigate? Do you want to defame on social media? Are you going to negotiate? Are you going to not resist because you don't have the time for it, for example? These are all strategies, and every strategy has its consequences, has its risks and consequences. And so I heard some people also say that he looks guilty because why would you offer 10 million if you were, yeah?
No, continue. Finish your sentence and then
Yeah,
I'm
why
done.
would you offer 10 million if you were really innocent? But hey, if you have $100 million contract on the line coming up, and that's just the contract here. Can you imagine the merch, the brand deals, all the things that come along with it? Do you think you're going to let a small, and I say it in quotation marks, thing like a $10 million settlement not stand in the way? No, you're not. You're going to settle, try to get rid of the problem as fast as possible so you can
Yeah, because a lot
go
of
for the
times
future.
people talk about situations like this from the standpoint, from their standpoint, where they don't have nothing to lose. Most people don't have nothing to. Most people don't have 100 million to lose. They barely have 5,000 to lose.
According to I mean, Dave Ramsey also,
Stats.
yeah, they
A
always
lot
say
of
that
people
like
don't have. A lot,
80 something percent of people don't even have $1,000 in their bank accounts.
yes, that's what I'm referring to. A lot of people are living check to check, and it doesn't have to be people with, let's say, a $3,000 salary. There are people that in a year gross 150, 200 that are living check to check. So the check to check thing isn't only for, let's call it, quote unquote, poor people. But going back, other people don't have a lot to lose. This man just signed a $100 million contract. So that's why Michael Irving is saying it's cheaper to make it go away for 10 because you have the 90 still. And that's something his lawyer also says. Let's take a look at what his lawyer, and I'm talking about Shannon's lawyer, had to say about this situation. Fair use.
Lawyer is Lanny Davis, and he echoes his client and calls the whole thing a shakedown. Why would Shannon Sharpe offer $10 million to someone who is allegedly shaking him down?
Thank you for that question. It's amazing how many people have asked me that question, so you have good company.
Okay, but it's the obvious one. It's the one that jumps out at you. If someone accuses me of something horrible, I'm not offering them a dime.
So what's the definition of blackmail? Why do people who are talking about blackmail pay money? It's because what is about to be revealed was a private act that could embarrass them and their family and hurt their reputation and their business. So blackmail, by definition, is paying money when you're innocent. If anyone wants to look at the definition of blackmail, interview 1,000 people who've been in blackmail situations who pay the money when they're totally innocent. So the answer to your question is that totally innocent people who are under a threat of blackmail, which is defined as revealing something privately that will embarrass or harm them, are willing to pay money even though they're 100% innocent. You can find 1,000 people easily who have been in the same position as Shannon Sharpe and makes the unfortunate and difficult choice of paying money when he's innocent in order to protect his family, his business, and his reputation.
And what is he protecting it from? Let's take a look at the allegations from the plaintiff.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it. The plaintiff, who is suing under the name Jane Doe, we now, I mean, we know that Shannon has disclosed who Jane Doe is. But let's just, for the sake of this article, I'll just keep referring to her as Jane Doe.
You can also refer to OF though.
The plaintiff, who is suing under the name Jane Doe, alleges that Sharpe, 56, who now works for ESPN, raped her on multiple occasions over the course of a nearly 2-year rocky consensual relationship, according to a complaint obtained by People. The woman alleges that Sharpe also recorded their encounters without her consent and shared the recordings with others. A woman can say yes to consensual relations with a man 99 times, but when she says no, even once, that no means no, the complaint states. Stop right here. I just want to note that that statement isn't true according to AOC, because AOC once said, and this is a left-wing person, she said, no does not mean stop. No means find another way. Let's proceed, KaiR.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna let you cook. But I need to
Well,
help you cook. I'm helping you cook.
That's what she said.
Fair use.
Because no is not a final answer. We need to have the mentality that no means find another way. No means try again. No means look somewhere else. No does not mean stop trying. Okay?
Word is
wild.
bond, as they say in NYC.
That's
Word
wild.
is bond.
That's wild.
Continue.
Defendant Shannon Sharpe, a man who is accustomed to getting what he wants, completely fails to understand this basic concept, according to Jane Doe. The woman, now a Nevada resident, says that she met Sharpe when she was 22 years old at a gym in LA in 2023. She claims he made multiple advances towards her in subsequent visits to the gym before the complaint says she eventually gave in. Sharpe allegedly asked the woman to sign a non-disclosure agreement before she could meet up with him, but dropped the request after she pushed back, the lawsuit states. Sharpe!
Yes, these old dudes are unbelievable.
You don't know if you would have done the same thing. Yes, you do.
I'm not I'm not as
Okay, let's continue.
Yes.
The lawsuit recounts a subsequent alleged incident during which she claims Sharpe became violent with her and threatened to unalive her after she showed up late to his home. He demanded, and now this is a quote of hers, he demanded complete control over her time and body, or at least this is a quote from the complaint. He demanded complete control over her time and body, expecting her to be at his house on his schedule at his command whenever he called, the suit alleges. In 2024, both Sharpe and the plaintiff each individually moved to Nevada. The suit references the time in September 2024 Sharpe says he mistakenly began live streaming himself on Instagram, having relations with another woman, with a woman. The plaintiff says that this encounter was with another woman and that she was humiliated by the incident and began to pull away from Sharpe.
So basically, everything was good up until last year. It seems to me, I'm not sure. RJ, maybe you're going to share your thoughts about this. I do think that there is some level of domination play in this relationship. Some people call it BDSM, and then it's spinning out of control. Those are the things. I mean, gonna reference a very corny movie.
A very corny movie.
Yes, it's about domination. What's the movie called again?
Yeah.
50 Shades. 50
I didn't.
Shades.
Yeah, I did. 50 Shades. Didn't watch it. No.
At the beginning of that movie, or somewhere in that movie, the guy who's a billionaire had the girl sign a contract accepting the situation. What is expected and what is going to happen and what is not going to happen. A clear agreement between the two. This man went in. I'm not sure if he even paid her. So
I think well, I don't think this is that type of relationship, at least not naturally. Why do I say that? Yes, according to the app conversation, you can see, and the voice messages, you can clearly conclude that was their relationship, but I don't think that was a natural relationship. First and foremost, Jane Doe is an OF model. Second of all, when you look at the text and the voices, KaiR, what is this? What can you tell me what this is?
L?
No, this is a line.
Oh, the line. Okay, the line that's being crossed.
She was lining.
Oh, lining him up. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Like a barber is something I heard.
Yeah.
So it's
she was lining him up.
So I think that she was
all
baiting.
these things his grandma told him. She didn't tell him about being lined up like a bob.
Yeah.
Damn, grandma.
And you know what I find weird, KaiR? This is the same guy, and this is just shows you this is not like this just highlights how complex human beings are, and how people say things but they don't always mean it, or sometimes they hand out advice but they don't follow their own advice, right?
Yeah.
This is the same man that refuses to get out an elevator if it's only a woman and her.
Yes.
Not even a white woman.
For those who don't believe RJ, this is what he says. Fair use.
Don't ride the elevator with single women.
Yes,
So
you
now,
cannot do
if
that.
a single woman is on the elevator, I gotta wait.
Wait, why don't you? Because they just get too horny.
No, I don't.
Why
I
do
don't
they
wanna
get
run the risk?
run the risk of what?
Sometimes the mention of impropriety is enough to sway people's opinion of somebody.
Really?
So I don't do that.
So if a single woman's going to go into an elevator,
I'm not getting on it.
Really?
Exactly. So this is the same person. So he always came across as a very
cautious.
Cautious. I was gonna say woke, but that's not the word. Well, he's also very woke, but he's a very cautious.
But they put him to sleep now.
But he didn't Keanu Reeves the people, the hugs.
Yo.
But he came across very cautious, and now to hear that he's messing with an OF model, and you know what the what the weird thing is, KR, if the suit is true, at least if the complaint is true, at least the part that states that he tried to make her sign an NDA, but then retracted that request.
Bro, come on, man. What are we doing?
If you really did that, that wasn't smart. And to text KR, people don't understand. If you record a video or you send a text, you send it to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your friend. There might come a day where that person has zero what's the word I'm looking for? When you're
Compassion?
like loyal. When you're like loyal to
Loyalty.
someone. Yes, let's use the word loyalty.
Let's
That's
use
not
the
the word.
loyalty.
Yeah. And so in that case, that person would just share it.
Let me tell you this one. Men out there. Men, all men. If you're 15 to 50, when you're texting with a female consensually, screen pics are being taken for now or for later. That screen pic might be shared into her friends group, or it can be used during the divorce.
Yeah.
You will get lined up, man. I'm just RJ. I know for a fact that sometimes I've been texting. That's why I lowered my amount of text during a time, because I noticed when I said something through the text, the conversation wasn't going the natural way where that person, how that person communicates. It seemed like someone was being coached into saying something else. But hey, I don't know. That's just a suspicion I have. But I do think that in general, women take a lot of screen pics, either for now or for later.
Yeah.
Men do that much less. Even though some men do that, you have to watch the tell dudes out there. The ASAP tallies. Gotta be very careful about the ASAP tallies out there. But some men also line you up.
Yeah, but
Make sure.
I do know people, they record and then show it around.
Yeah. Also,
KR of their wives.
Yeah. And there's a lot of ASAP tallies out there. So you gotta be very careful who you text and also who you call. Actually, the best way, if you're dealing with a woman that's not connected to you, it's best not to call and talk crazy via the phone, because a lot of who was I listening to? I was watching a video on YouTube last week, and was it the oh, it was an old, Brick Baby from the LA, that whole LA Rico stuff, with Big U.
Yeah.
So Brick Baby had a situation where he was beefing with another guy, and the guy was talking to a girl he was dealing with at the time, I think through the phone. And he was talking about his contract he had signed with Buzbee. I think his name is Lil Tiffy or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, so she was recording him talking about his contract. Then she turned around and sent that audio to Brick Baby, who was beefing with that guy at the time. So you gotta be very careful who you talk on the phone with. Actually, you shouldn't actually talk on the phone at all. best to just send instructions. So send if she needs to come by your house, you tell her the time, place. That's only thing you send.
Yeah.
Don't pillow talk through the phone. You're gonna get recorded and exposed, my man. It's crazy.
Now, why would you do it? Why would you do it? You need to. I mean, people need to. Hey, KR. No. This is. I'm gonna tell you this offline. This isn't relevant to the show. Let's stick to the show.
Yeah. So, but hey, it's a sad day that the old man is getting exposed like this. I think she saw him coming a mile away. After he refused that NDA, she saw him coming. And I think this was a consensual domination, because I think the way he was talking to the phone as well, there is no the text messages they were sending to each other was clear that it's a domination play. I mean, and of course there is no banana, let's say a safe word. So unless he hears a safe word, he's not gonna get out of character. She neither. But the problem is, if you're going on character through the this whole man is crazy, man. How can you step into character through the phone? Talking about a chick.
That's the
Come
thing,
on,
right?
man.
And think.
Think.
She's telling you on the phone, I don't want to.
But that's the play, RJ. That's the play.
So
that's the part
no.
of the play. That's the part of the play, my man.
And that's why Buzbee.
Don't.
That's why the complaint states that a woman can say yes 99 times, but if that woman says no once,
oh my God,
then no means no, according to everyone except AOC.
I need to save that AOC video, by the way. I'm gonna save that shit. No, but this is crazy. This is why, again, you don't play. Either you put that on paper that's agreed, and then you can show the contract. Like, guys, this is, I don't know what she's talking about. Even though this whole thing looks bad, because as soon as this goes through the light, the thing is this, right? You cannot look at this through the vanilla eyes of people, the normie eyes of people, because a lot of normie people, NPCs, look at this and think this is crazy. But there's a lot of people out there that do this stuff. So you cannot judge this through vanilla eyes. You need to judge this through the eyes of looking at the situation from a consensual play. But the problem is, a lot of times, I mean, let's wrap this up. But one last thing I want to say is, and if you look at how many times men, and it's not men, it has nothing to do with race, men in general get caught up in these situations. You gotta ask yourself, be a bit smarter in this. She says she doesn't want to sign the NDA, just walk away. But he felt the need to proceed, knowing better.
I'm sure his lawyers are thinking to themselves, we went over this, Uncle. I thought we went over this, Uncle. Yeah.
And for what? For a couple of nice nights.
Yeah.
Couple of
$25K a cheek.
A cheek. I mean, this is a play.
That's a sedan.
It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. And people are saying she's a regular. It's the regulars that get you like this. It's the regulars that are freaks in general. So
you know what I think here? I do think that, coming from where he came from, which he had nothing, as he tells us all the time. and he worked really hard. It was his work ethic and his focus, determination to get to where he's gotten. That made him become the man we see today, because his story is a very inspirational story. You can't deny it. But I do think that maybe he now wants things that he never had or he never could get. Not that he couldn't get, now that he couldn't get women, because I do think that he could get women. He was an athlete, he was an elite athlete. But maybe he couldn't, to get to dance in the snow. That's something else, that's a different kind of something, which
women love my skis, guess it's magic, it's a blessing. When I die, I'ma go to Snow Bunny heaven.
Continue.
Yeah. I want to go to Snow Bunny heaven. Yeah. So hey, Snow Bunnies, and still KR, 50K a cheek. She got a
No, 25.
Yeah, 25. Okay, 25 a cheek.
Gotta
That's
keep the
50K.
price. You're inflating the
50K.
price right now, because I'm trying to see what those chicks are as well.
She could have gotten a girlfriend and bought her a sedan with that money. So it's
yeah. It's a
he
shame.
wants
It's a
that
shame.
fast life. He wants it. So
I think this is maybe also something that has to do with growing too fast. I mean, he was in the past, he was also well known, but I think the last 2 years he's been skyrocketed into another level of freedom, having access to things he didn't have before, maybe. And you get caught up, man. You get caught up. Guys, let us know what you think. Do you think he got caught up? Do you believe Shannon deserves the benefit of the doubt? Do you think this was consensual and now she's turning it around and using it as a weapon? Have the recent wave of lawsuits against celebrities changed how you view fame and accountability? And do you think Buzbee has a couple of lawsuits up in his back pocket, ready for this to be settled? Let us know in the comments what you think. And of course, we're going to pick the best comment to feature one of our future videos. RJ.
yes, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos here on the Double Thought Show. We discuss trending topics and try to extract common lessons from commonplace situations. If you like what we do, please do support us. And as KaiR said, the best comment will get mentioned in a future show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go to the second topic of today, which is Shedeur Sanders. Crazy, man. From projected to being top 5 pick to not even being in the first 3 rounds. Shedeur Sanders, NFL draft has stunned. His fall has stunned everyone, including himself. How do you go for possible number 1 or 2 to still waiting and waiting and waiting? Fair use. Let's take a look what RG3 has to say.
Hell, I'm on my way home to go shoot an emergency podcast because Shedeur Sanders should not have fallen out of the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft. And there's a lot of people out there who are saying that, he needed to be humbled. Shedeur Sanders didn't need to be humbled. He's already humble. His confidence should not shake you or make you uncomfortable. It didn't make you uncomfortable when Joe Burrow was confident. It didn't make you uncomfortable when Baker Mayfield was confident. It doesn't make you uncomfortable when another quarterback whose last name isn't Sanders walks around and feels that they can be a franchise quarterback because their tape says they can. Shedeur Sanders' talent, his tape, and his pedigree is what gets some guys opportunities in the NFL that maybe they haven't earned. He earned this opportunity And it's absolutely ridiculous that he's fallen out of the first 3 rounds of the draft.
It's ridiculous, but is it the interview, the entitlement, maybe the hype machine that is finally bursting? Stick around because, of course, today we're going to break down everything that went wrong or could have went wrong, and what this could mean for Shedeur's entire future. Of course, we're going to jump right into it with the clock ticking. RJ.
Yes, KR. I was surprised when I saw it, but I'm not really watching the draft, so I didn't see it. I was surprised when I woke up and read the news.
Yeah.
And it all seemed like they were doing it on purpose. And if you
collusion, you're saying collusion.
yes, that all the NFL teams got together.
They're doing him like Colin Kaepernick. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, speaking of which, Kaepernick is ready to go, according to his girlfriend, because he's still working out. So, hey guys, before we proceed, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Yeah, okay. I was surprised, but then again, once the momentum starts going, now I'm like, why? And of course, what's about to come at the moment is only speculation, but these are not our speculations. We're going to talk about what other people are saying.
Yes, because of course, hey man, we're talking about Shedeur Sanders, who has been one of the top tier QBs in college this year. Of course, that are coming out to the draft. Deion Sanders, his father and coach, has been boosting his stock. But was he boosting it artificially? The numbers he put at the Colorado are solid. But when the NFL draft kicked off, Cam Ward went as number 1. Cam was seen as head-to-head versus Shedeur. Then Jackson Dart went. Tyler Show and Jalen Milrow all got picked ahead of him before the end of round 3, while Shedeur was still on the board. Crazy. Is it entitlement? Is it the whole media circus around him? Or is it the interview? RJ, what do you think? Let's talk about this, man. This is very shocking.
Yeah, I think it might be a couple of things. I think first and foremost, it's the attention that you're going to get. Some teams might want the attention. Some teams might need the attention.
Cowboys.
Cowboys have the attention already. And that's mostly due to Dak's warm-up routine.
And not winning anything since the 80s.
Yes.
That's the second part, but okay.
I think, but that definitely plays a part. So do you want attention? Yes or no? Because you know that once you get it, you're going to get a lot of controversy. Do you want it? Do you need the controversy? I think people also saw what happened to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets this season, where they saw someone who is a very good player came in and couldn't turn the team around. And the problem with that is, KR, having an ego is one thing. If you have an ego like Kobe did or Jordan did,
I still perform.
but you still perform, it's different than having an ego and you're not performing. So I think people saw what happened to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, and maybe they're like, yeah, but we don't have any guarantee that this player is going to come and actually make plays for us. Now, he is a very good quarterback, but which teams? Why did the teams? Why did the teams? Why didn't the teams go for him? I think, and this is not. This is more like in general, like with a company, right? When you're going to recruit someone, you might have a superstar salesperson out there, superstar salesperson, but you already have a strong team and a strong system. You know that if you know that with an average salesperson, you can still get the job done. But you know that if you have the diva salesperson, that person can cause chaos and disrupt the team. And so now that that's gonna happen, because I do think that he's a very good, I think he's a good player, and I think he's also a good leader. But and I say that because when he's on the field, you can see that he's in charge. I like that. It's not like he's in charge. But I think because he expects the best of himself, his father expects the best of himself. Hey,
The
maybe
father's
he's
also vocal.
vocal, yeah, vocal, and might even say things at press conferences. You know, it's like, do I want this problem? I think a team like Panthers would have chosen him if they didn't. I mean, if they didn't have a solution for that specific position already. Now, is that the solution? I don't know. But they have someone that they've already invested in. They see progress. They invested in a lot of medical care as well. But
they're cooked. I don't know. That's true. They invested in him, but he's cooked.
Yeah.
I forgot his
But
name.
he's cooked because-
I call him mini me too. He's too small, man, for the
He's
QB.
too small. Yeah.
But I understand
still-
what you're saying.
But
You're
still,
right.
they
You're right.
have him.
They've
They're
invested in
investing
him. They're trying to try to get as much as they can out of him. Now he seems to have found a way. I've thought about what you said, being the Aaron Rodgers. I do think it's probably. I've been thinking about it. Maybe it's
More
a
accurate?
combination of Aaron Rodgers and Cam Newton. Cam, at the end of his career, was a big quarterback. I mean, big as in personality.
Yeah.
When he was at the Pats and they drafted Mac Jones, what did they do? They dropped him right away because they had the fear that the focus would be too much on him rather than being on the team, becoming a distraction. The thing is, and this is what you get when you're dealing with a big personality, someone who's, I mean, like you said, the father is being vocal in the media. If he's sitting too much, the team is not performing as they should. What do you get? Probably the dad will say some things that will become a headline. Before you know it, you're getting questions as a head coach about what Dion is saying. Like you said, is it worth it? Are these questions? Is this problem worth? Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Yeah. And KR, if you look at I was on his IG page, or I am on his IG page, and you see Gatorade commercials. You see Nike commercials. He's a brand already.
It's a brand.
He's a brand already. So he's coming. They're saying that he's entitled. I don't know if it's entitled. It might be to a certain extent entitlement, but it's not like he didn't earn it by playing well as well. You know, It's
Yeah.
just that usually when player plays well, they don't get that same level of exposure.
The
It's
hunger.
because of, it's because of the father. But then people are saying, because who were the two players you mentioned that had ego when they got drafted, or RG3? He mentioned some players with big egos that they drafted in the past. So Johnny Manziel was one.
You said Burrow and
Joe Burrow. But
Joe
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow is not, it's a different kind of. I mean, the Deion Sanders exposure
It's different.
is a different one on a different level. There, it's like what Big Baller Brand wanted to do. That's what they're doing, basically.
Yeah, basically. And the question, of course, one of the things you gotta ask, the teams are probably also asking themselves. I'm trying to look at this from a team perspective, RJ. When you're dealing with let's take your analogy of using in a business world. You have a great talent, someone who came out of a university. There is a future in him, but he comes from a well-off family. The first thing you're gonna ask yourself is this person hungry enough? Is he willing to go for it? Versus if you compare the same person with the same qualifications and he came from a middle class family. Parents are millionaires, parents are broke, maybe. He has to work his ass off to get the money he earns, so he'll hustle twice as hard. I think that's a question a lot of teams are asking themselves. Does he want it enough? I mean, playing good is one thing. The question is, does he want it? Is he willing? One of the moments that are still hunting Cam till today is that dive he had to make, that moment when the fumble happened. Are you gonna jump for the ball when you need to? Are you gonna put your life, put your body in that situation? Or are you gonna just take the sack or throw it away or just don't care in that situation? So I think it's a combination of a lot of things. But you
I
cannot
don't
say
think,
it's
but
a
I
humbling
don't think that you
situation.
can. Yeah, but I don't think, to answer your question, that you can doubt his hunger because he plays hungry. He plays hungry. He gives it his all.
No,
He
he
wants
plays.
to
He
be.
plays not to lose stats. That's one thing. I've watched
You mean
I've
because
watched games for him.
That's what they're saying. I mean, they're saying that he doesn't throw the ball because he rather get sacked than have a low. Is that what you're talking about?
I've seen it.
I can't blame him. Did you see what they do to one of the greatest QB the NFL has ever known? Winston, because of all the interceptions.
But so this is the thing, RJ. And I understand where you're going. 30 for 30, Mr. 30 for 30. Winston, Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, right? Or James
Winston.
Jameis Winston, yeah.
The thing is, you gotta sometimes you gotta not take the sack. It seems like sometimes he's stat padding just to keep a higher completion rate. And that's just not how you win games. That's how you put up great stats.
But he's still but it's not like
great stats doesn't turn into winning games.
That's true, but he was winning games as well.
Well, he was losing games as well. They went 13. I think his record is 13 for 18, right? At the Buffs.
13
they
wins.
were losing games as well.
Yeah, they were losing games, but to say that I think, well, let me put it like this. I do want to be the team that drafts him. I don't know if I want to be the team that drafts him now, but I do want to be the team that the first team that will ever start him. Because I think now you gave him bulletin material for him to
Yeah.
push and give more than he would have given if had he gotten drafted immediately.
Yeah, and last but not least, I do think that the thing with him is throughout his life, he's used to having the key to the team, and I think a lot of teams are also not very. If you've had the key your whole life, and maybe this is a thing that you can look. I mean, maybe his dad will look back and maybe he could have done this a bit differently. I understand as a dad you want to basically help your kid to be ready for that moment, but because he's only been coached by his dad his whole life. You've never had another coach. Verifying everything has to go through the dad, through the stuff that he has had his whole life. It becomes a bit hard to judge whether people are telling the truth or not in that situation. Maybe at the time, maybe he should have went to another team a year pass outside at college level, maybe play for another team so people can he has artificially someone else has opinion on him inside the campus, because right now whatever information any team wants, it's the same staff he has had since he was a kid till now. I mean, his dad went to Jackson State. I think it's Jackson State, right?
Jackson State, yeah.
Yeah, with the same, almost the same trainers he've had at the youth league, and now he took that same group as well. Almost a majority of those trainers, coaches, he took to Buff as well. So you're not getting maybe you're not getting the harsh truth from them.
I think
There's a lot of things.
I don't know if you're not getting the harsh
angles.
truth, but I think that I do think that he gets the harsh truth from his father, because his father he says what he wants to say, but maybe it's just maybe they doubt that he'll respect their authority over his father's authority.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. If the father says left and the coach says right, who will he listen to?
That's a good question. And maybe this is a way to violently remove that umbilical cord.
Yeah, well, if you don't watch out, the umbilical cord can choke the baby out as well. So,
yeah, let's see what happens. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. What is the reason why Shedeur fell through day 3? Is it unfair that he's being judged through his dad? RJ, I have something. You know what's crazy? You know what is crazy? That even Donald Trump,
Mr. President
stepped in to defend this young man.
Okay, let me read what he says. This is a tweet. What is wrong with NFL owners? Are they stupid? Capital letter. Deion Sanders was a great college football player and was even greater in the NFL. He's also a very good coach, streetwise and smart. Therefore, Shedeur his quarterback son has phenomenal, all caps, genes, and is all set for greatness. He should be picked immediately by a team that wants to win. Good luck, Shedeur, and say hello to your wonderful father. KR, I'll tell you this much. If because sometimes, because it's Donald Trump, some people might play with a tweet. Can you share it? Because then if they guys, this is the real one, okay? Because people will say, because they call the president, they say that he's racist, etc. So some people might say that the picked is in quotation mark that he wanted to say you should be picking. But this is the quote, guys. This is
I
the
saw
quote.
RJ. I saw someone what you're saying. I saw someone say with regards to the streetwise. Oh man, it's never people can't get enough. But
They have a preconceived opinion of you, and so that's it.
yeah.
But
But
that's it
hey,
for me, man. That's it for me.
guys, let us know in the comments. Do you think Donald, who's now on the Shedeur wagon on the train, can he push him to get a good NFL career? Is Donald gonna put some tariffs on the NFL teams after this one? Let us know in the comments. Drop your thoughts down below, and we'll be picking one of the best comments to feature one of our future videos. RJ.
Yes, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Here on the Double Thought Show, we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. If you like what we do, keep supporting us and do comment, because we see every comment. And we do react to the comments as well.
Yes. Let's continue to the third topic and final topic of the day before we go to the other segments. Fox Sports harassment lawsuit in settlement talks. We've been covering this in the past. The Fox Sports drama, where basically the plaintiff was exposing Skip, Joy, and of course one of the directors of clapping booty, or trying to, at least on her side. Apparently,
trying to clap her booty and allegedly clapped Joy's booty.
Yeah. And Joy was clapping everyone, but allegedly, according to that lawsuit, I don't know about that. I mean, if Fox Sports want me to investigate it, I can investigate it.
Be walking into Fox, hearing.
I'll investigate it. The short and the long way. Joy, please sit there. I'm gonna interview you. That's a couch. That's a black couch. Those know which couch I'm referring. Hey. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. But they are in settlement talks. Fair use.
Fox Sports is reportedly deep in settlement discussions following a harassment lawsuit filed by former hairstylist Nushin Faraji. According to documents cited by Front Office Sports, Faraji's suit named multiple high-profile individuals, including former, undisputed, host Skip Bayless, current FS1 host Joy Taylor, and Fox Sports executive Charlie Dixon. While the mediation did not lead to an immediate resolution, the parties are continuing to negotiate, hoping to avoid further litigation. The lawsuit leveled serious allegations. Faraji claimed Bayless propositioned her for sex during her time at the network. Bayless, who exited Fox Sports in August 2024, has yet to publicly respond to the claims. His departure from Undisputed came months before the lawsuit surfaced, but the allegations have added scrutiny to his time at the network.
Yeah, so I think one thing we talked about, RJ, is that, of course, that this probably would happen, right?
Yeah. But KR, we talked about it, and guys, thank you for your support. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon as well so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. KR, we talked about it in the Shannon Sharpe segment when we were talking about settling. Why do people settle? Settling is usually it's a financial decision. Do you want to keep putting money and time into this matter? It's also reputation, KR, because sometimes you see the cases going a particular direction. That direction can either increase or decrease the amount for which you can settle for. So yeah, it's not surprising, and contrary to popular belief, it's not or settling. It's not either settling or litigating. Oftentimes, it's both, because you can still negotiate while the procedures are the proceedings are ongoing, and depending on how the proceedings are going, your leverage position can either improve or worsen. But yeah, what do you have to say about this topic here?
No, the only thing I wanted to talk about is just a short update about this situation because, of course, according to the allegations, Skip offered her 1.5 million to clap, and Charlie was allegedly groped her, and Joy was recognized as one of the people that was sharing beds with having affairs with Dixon and, of course, Acho. And it seems like, and this is the thing with a lot of lawsuits, most of the time when people are settling, or it seems that no one is giving these um, lawsuits any light. I don't know if you recall, RJ, when we covered the Michael Irvin stuff, a lot of people were covering when it happened. After that, the media coverage quite died down, even when it was settled. At the end, when they were settling, no one was talking about it. And that's the problem with, of course, like you said, the situation with Shannon. Because if Shannon goes on, I think at this point, Shannon might as well take this to trial and beat this. What you'll get is the damage is already done. Damage to your reputation, damage to whatever is being said in the allegations, and no one is covering the innocence. I mean, I think we talked about this the previous show. Skip saying that he would pay 1.5 million. Probably it was a joke. Some people make jokes like that, whether it's cringy or not, who knows. I don't think it's a serious proposition to pay someone 1.5 million to clap.
Yeah. I mean, if you can
that
get
would
it
be
for,
crazy.
I mean, if you can get it for 25K a chick, why would you buy
A 19-year-old, a 20-year-old. He was 20.
Allegedly.
But I don't know what time that let me take a look. When was that sent? Was it sent in 2024? She was probably 22 at the time, allegedly. So
Yeah.
if you can get 22-year-old cheeks versus a 40-year-old cheek, Skip, get it together, man.
He'll debate you to tell you why you're wrong.
Why he needs to pay the 1.5. Now, but this is crazy, man. So it seems like I do think that this is the only way where this was going. This will probably never make it to trial or to any court, right?
I don't know if they're gonna take it seriously, yeah. And even if they do, I mean, what proof do you have? Allegations, 1.5 million. People just throw things in the air, and it. But the problem is, KR, it causes harm.
Yep.
It can cause harm to the reputation. Although we are seeing that people are not really taking these allegations seriously anymore, because Skip's been doing shows. Shannon is still doing his shows. People are not taking these accusations seriously anymore. So now we're going like the other way, right? We were believe all women, and then now it's like the other way around.
Yeah. Because people are starting to see that there are people out there that are not like them. That people that want a payday.
Yeah.
This is what you get, and this is gonna hurt. Eventually, it's gonna hurt the real victims, and that's something people never think about. And of course, once this becomes, let's say, a brush it off kind of situation, people will say, discrimination, gender discrimination, because no one is looking back at people that are actual victims. But hey, this is a way the world is going. I think, and shout out to Coach CGA, Greg Adams. He said lawsuits are the new divorce, and it seems like we're heading that direction, where people used to use divorces to get um, some financial gain in the past. They are using lawsuits these days, where stupid men like to put themselves in in harmful situations by making jokes about clapping cheeks of a colleague for 1.5 million. How can you line yourself? He didn't even that woman didn't line him up. He lined himself up. Come on, man. Come on, man. RJ, anything else you want to say in closing?
No, I think no, I'm good. I think we can we can say that we didn't see it coming. And hey, if joy is still there, yeah, that's it for me. I don't need a
I'll
case.
finish that sentence for you. If joy is still there, she'll bring joy to every man's smile. Joy, joy. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. We want to hear from you. Do you think Skip, Joy, and Fox Sport are guilty of covering up bad behavior, or is this just Faraji blowing this out of proportion? Of course, do you think they will push this to trial, public trial, or will this be settled eventually? Of course, it seems like they're heading that way, but do you think it will go south? And of course, last but not least, what would you do if you were in Faraji's shoes? Would you settle or would you take it to court with all the evidence you have? Guys, drop your comments down below. And of course, we're going to feature the best comment in our future videos. RJ.
Yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates when we drop new videos.
Yes. Let's go to the second segment, thought of the week, comment of the week. Comment of the week goes to Bald Head Champ 8099. He commented on the Terrence Howard on the Clips channel. Terrence Howard reveals Diddy tried to lure him in his bed. And Baldhead said the following: two tethers watching our FBA. I think you're missing a W, but I think I don't know. Maybe the tether can read and write better than you. Not sure about that, but
I didn't see that one. Can you share it again? Can you share it again?
I'm not sure. I don't know what he's trying to say. Is he say two tethers watching? So or is he saying two tethers watching?
What's the remark?
That's the remark. Oh, you mean down below? Oh, no. Okay, let's see. The remark says LOL. Shout out to the person who commented. Said LOL. Our FBA is claiming tethers too these days. Terrence has a native Spanish background. Diddy's family is from the Caribbean. Damn. So you're saying I can claim FBA too? Hey, this is why we need to talk about these interns, man. These interns are putting us in danger. Before you know it, we're targeted by FBAs out here. But I think the intern is right, because I think he did some research on Terrence before he wrote this, knowing that intern. Diddy's family is, if I'm not mistaken, mom is from Barbados. So technically, if they are FBAs and they claim Caribbean FBAs,
yeah. But you have FBAs, you also have FDAs, right? And this person, the person that commented
sounds like
is an FDA. He's a fundamentally dumb American.
I would have say FRA, but hey.
Yo, KR. The thing is, hey, we're living in a multicultural world, boundary. It's not black and white as people want to try to make it out to be. The closest person who has a more realistic approach to it, although his approach in itself isn't maybe the right one, is Dr. Umar Johnson, because he's talking about Pan-Africanism, because he understands that it's not boundaries. This is the way of thinking and the way of talking. It's crazy here.
A lot of NPCs out here. I'll say this much. A lot of people out here that are doing NPC work, nasty work. It's nasty work.
Yeah.
They try to label people terrorists and hey, do whatever you feel is right. But yeah, well, a lot of these people also believe in anyway. I'm not gonna say what.
Do they call Angela Yee a terror?
That's a good question. I don't think she.
No, she's half Chinese, right?
Yeah,
or Asian.
I guess they won't call her terror because she's not
But
black.
that's the thing, right? So when
FRAs, man, what can they do? FSAs, Foundational Short Bus Americans. FSBAs.
Yeah. If you understand how things work, if you understand that the US is a land, it's immigrants. Everyone's an immigrant. So when do you start counting? You know, where do you start your record to determine?
Yeah, where do you start? Where do you?
FBA,
I think they're counting since some certain people put the feet on the land. That's hop off the boat. I think that's what they are.
Because they don't regard the, let's say, the second generation Kenyans as
no, they're not FBA. No. So unless you are from I would guess. I don't know. Maybe we need to watch a little bit more of Tariq Nasheed's shows to understand what he's trying to say, because I think he talks about it a lot. But yeah, I wish all good, man. I have no problems with FBAs. Claim whatever you want. I mean, people out here claiming trans as well. So hey, claim whatever you want to claim, man. Let's go to the next segment. Let's go around the internet. Hey, do what you want to do, man. It's a free land.
Do what you want to do, man.
Do what you want to do, man. Just don't involve me in it. Just don't involve me in it. Let's go. We have two around the internet today, man. Let's jump right into it. Fintech founder charged for fraud over AI scam. Let's take a look real quick and who it is. Fair use.
What is Nate doing to offer consumers and retailers an alternative to the big e-commerce platforms, Amazon and Alibaba?
Nate is the first unified shopping experience. So as a consumer, having a Nate account allows you to share and shop your world without compromising your data. You could download the app today, set up your wallet, and use it to save or buy any product from any retailer and share shopping lists with your friends.
When you're sharing a shopping list, you've created a business model around an incentive for consumers to build a shopping list and share it. How does that work?
Inspiration happens in all sorts of places. You could be watching a movie, you could be talking to a friend, you could be, inspired on social media. And so no matter where you're inspired, you should be able to take some action, either buy an item or share it, add it to a list that perhaps a friend of yours is following. The same.
So this is the guy, Albert Seneger, founder of startup Nate. He's been charged with fraud for falsely claiming his AI shopping app was fully automated. The US DOJ alleges that Nate, which raised over $50 million from the top VCs, relied almost entirely on human workers in the Philippines to process transactions, despite Senator touting it was all AI driven. Nate's automation rate was allegedly 0%, misleading investors into the scam, which is clearly not a AI-based app. The company shut down in 2023, leaving investors with near total of zero millions left in the bank account. Senator, now listed at the Buttercore Partners, did not comment. The case highlights a growing pattern of startups overstating AI capabilities to secure funding.
Last week,
Got him! Got that hoe ass nigga!
I've seen him do it. Last week we talked about Wallow, what Wallow said about, he said that you shouldn't support a business just because they say we're a black business. Same goes with this, man. People support businesses because they use the words AI in it, automated in it. It's the same thing. You shouldn't base you shouldn't base your purchase habits on what the company is telling you they are. You should base it on the quality of the product or service that they're delivering. So if they're telling you this is an AI based lobster, is the lobster good or not? Now, if you're paying double the price because it's AI based, it's not a wise thing to do. That's my take on it, KaiR.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
He's heading to the penitentiary. The question is, of course, which one he will go to. Good luck to him, and hey, Godspeed, and hopefully he will not run into a Fleece Johnson.
Seeing who he is, I don't think he believes in God.
Oh, he'll believe when Fleece run up on him. Faye, let's go to the second topic and final one for today.
It's only a miracle can stop it.
I'm not gonna continue down that road. Let's go to the next one, man. Only miracle will stop this. Maybe this is the situation you'll get when you're in jail, or sometimes people get it outside. Fayus.
I'm what? You recording for what? Who you? Who you? None of your business, G. So I can smack your camera out your fucking phone. I'll pay you to do that, nigga. I'm gonna pay you right now to do that. Go ahead. What you gonna do, nigga? What's up? Don't you be threatening public, nigga. What's wrong with you? How you gonna be threatening members of the public like that, nigga? What? What you got the camera for? It's none of your business. You got a camera right above you, nigga. What's up? You tell me what's up. I ain't saying you threatening me, nigga. You threatening me. You wanna say what? Who you? It's none of your business. You got the camera right above the public, nigga. None of your fucking business. Bro, who the fuck is you to be asking me questions? Me. I don't give a fuck who you is, nigga. Obviously. Don't be threatening the public like that, nigga. It's a free. You ain't smacking nobody. You ain't smacking nobody. You ain't smacking nobody, dude. Go on. Go ahead then. Take a shot. Take a shot, nigga. Go ahead. I thought you was gonna smack it. Come on, let's do it for fun. Let's do it for fun. We'll be friends. At the end. Come on. Come on. You laughing? Yeah, I'm laughing. We can shake hands. Come on, let's do it. We can shake hands after. So she did like a boss to do what you say you was gonna do, nigga. I got the balls to do everything, but I can say it. So let's go. I'm what? Put your word with your mouth in. My mouth is right here. I ain't gonna do it. You ain't smacking nobody, right? And you ain't doing that shit either. The camera's still up. Who you? Who you? And look, they got cameras there, my people, too. Look. Yeah, nobody. I'm worth more than you and this camera. All the cameras over here, I'm worth more than all y'all. Cats. I'm worth more than you and this camera. All the cameras over here, I'm worth more than all y'all. Cats.
Get away from the club or else I'm calling the cops.
Call whoever you want, you heard? Call whoever you want. You can call Trump if you want. I'm in the public sidewalk, you heard? They're gonna come and educate you, you heard? And I'm gonna stay here for 2 months. This is security here. You work here? Well, who the fuck is this one?
You don't worry about nobody, man.
Huh?
Worry about you.
That's the backup that you call? That's the backup that you call?
Nobody.
You call your backup? That's the backup you call?
Then you ain't tough, man. So.
Who won the standoff? This is the most New York thing I've ever seen in my life.
All bark, no bite.
Hey, man. Both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
Both of them. Even though I would have said, oh, if the guy in the red, yeah, I would have stayed away. He starts crying up out of nowhere. Slap me.
I think he probably saw that the other dude was more than the camera and all the cameras there, which is why he started asking him to please beat me the F up. So
a come up. You wanted a come up. Hey, man. This is the most NYC. Out of nowhere. So someone is recording. Now you're threatening people.
Yeah.
Slap me. Anyway, guys, don't be like these guys. Don't be like these guys. Did this guy end up you getting slapped and losing your life over getting slapped or slapping someone?
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth
it. Not worth it. Just say hi and he'll keep, because now you're on the internet while you didn't want to. If you just let them walk by, you probably were like 1 second on the video. Now you're part of the Double Toss show. Anyway, anything else to say? Guys, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think you would have approached that situation differently? Would you have run up on that guy and slapped the kufi off of his head? I don't know what he has on his head, but the bear leather. Anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what you think. And of course, we'll be picking one of the best ones to feature one of our future videos. And of course, make sure you drop your hottest take. Ajay.
Yes, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. It's been a pleasure to serve you once more, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time.
Peace.